I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off, get the hand out. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's Taylor is broadcasting live and direct from the Man Cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that bell. Not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that bird at TAE_WIGGS. Of course, the link to my website is down below. First and foremost, Game 7's in the books. The Golden State Warriors took care of the Houston Rockets. Wow. What can I say? I had you guys winning by 12. How dare I underestimate a heart of a champion? Warriors. They came to play. Even though they had a sluggish start in the first quarter, 20 down 24-19, but Houston was playing with that momentum. They was playing with that mo. The whole thing was in the first quarter. Can the Houston Rockets sustain that same type of energy in the second quarter? Which they did. They was hitting. They was driving the pitch to the hole. They was catching a lot of alley-oops. They was playing great defense in the first half. I was looking at this where I was saying earlier on my IG page, I was saying at halftime, can this Houston Rockets team play with that same energy that they did in the first half? Because we know what they do in the third quarter. They will choke. And what happened in the second half, and especially that third quarter, they choked. They scored 15 points. They got routed in the third quarter, 33-15. So James Harden supposed to be an MVP. He didn't step up to the challenge, man. He shrunk. I mean, the Houston Rockets, to me, put up one of the biggest choke moves I've ever seen in basketball. 27 missed three-pointers. Wow. Want to hear it again? 27 straight missed three-pointers. And that's kind of sad because you're looking at where Trevor Ariza had an 0 for 12 night. He was 0 for 9 from the three-point line. P.J. Tucker was 2 for 5 from the three-point line. Eric Gordon was 2 for 12. James Harden was 2 for 13. As the old saying is, you live by the three, you die by the three. They ain't die by the three. They jumped off the cliff and died while they was in the air. This team right here didn't play with it. They wasn't going to the hole as much. Everybody want to bring up the referees, and the referees didn't call the game. Let's be honest. The referees miss calls on both ends of the floor. They can't call everything. But like I always say, the team that played the most aggressive will benefit the cause. And when you live on the three-point line and then you try to go to the hole, it's not going to work. The Houston Rockets didn't bring it. But James Harden is your MVP. But to me, you better reconsider that because I think LeBron James is going to be the league's MVP. I didn't see nothing that the Rockets came out and did. They went straight cold in the third quarter. They thought they came out and thought they had the game won. They first shot in the quarter was a three. Brick. Brick after brick. They built so many bricks, I thought Pablo Escobar was about to come sell them one. It was just mind-boggling how James Harden looked in the first half to look in the second half. If I was James Harden, I would cut that beard off. You keep taking L's with that beard, man. Since that time you played for the OKC Thunder in the NBA Finals, you missed that layup. You've been missing layups ever since when the time counts the most. This team missed a lot of easy layups at the basket too. They wasn't running their offense. They was just dribble. They was just an isolation team. So what the Warriors do? They stayed at home. We're gonna play D. Kevin Durant came to life. Even though Kevin Durant had a shaky first half, but he came to life in the third and fourth quarter. You see what Draymond did. Oh, Clay cat. And I'm gonna say something about this. I'm talking about Klay Thompson. He picked up some of the craziest cheap fouls I ever seen. I can see one, but 3 fouls in the first quarter, that's absurd. That is very absurd. And the crazy thing is, he picked up 3 fouls, and the Rockets mismanaged that. They mismanaged that. Point blank, period. He goes to the bench, and his team in the first quarter is only being down by 4 points. Didn't Kerr bring him back in the second quarter? Because he trusts his teammates. Clay came out there still lighting stuff up. kudos to the Golden State Warriors. As we go through, I look at the things where I thought the Rockets should have did more. They didn't do a lot of pick and roll with Clint Capella in the second half. They stopped going what they was doing best. That was putting the pressure on the Warriors defense, driving to the cup. The team is vulnerable. We seen how the Warriors look with no Andre Iguodala. Even though you still got your defensive anchor out there, as in Draymond Green, no disrespect, but at the same time, Andre Iguodala is a defensive anchor too, who still control one side of the floor. You got Iggy on one side, and you got Draymond on one side controlling the floor. That's a two-headed monster on defense. It's very sad that you see a Kevin Durant play defense and looking for something to do. I seen a couple of times when he came on the court, looking out of it, frustrated. You know how it is sometimes frustrating. You can't hit your shots. That comes with the territory of the game. But one thing I'm gonna say, he didn't take his head all about the game. He came back in the second half and lit stuff up, especially Steph Curry. Steph Curry had 8 points at halftime. Came back and lit it up. Because Steph Curry at halftime had 8 points, 5 assists. He was 3 for 10. Klay had 12 points and 3 fouls. Picked up 3 cheap fouls. I'm going to say 2 cheap fouls because one actually was a foul. Kevon Looney, don't impress me. Period. Not at all. I mean, what does he give you? Don't give you anything. Draymond Green had 4 points and 4 rebounds at the half. He was 2 for 6. And one thing that killed the Rockets early, one thing that killed the Warriors early in the half, they had 10 turnovers. At halftime, I'm looking at myself, okay, the Warriors down 43-54. I'm looking, okay, the Rockets got this, they up by 11. I said, okay, the Rockets punching them off early. Like I said, can the Rockets come back and do it again? Looking at Trevor Ariza, 0 for 4 going to halftime, so I rethought watching the game. So he got 2 steals. PJ Tucker got 7 points, 6 rebounds, who played good with 2 steals. Clint Capella had 14 and 6, played out of his mind, 7 for 8. I circled Clint Capella's name because I thought they got him involved early. The one thing I take away from this game was premature celebration on a defending champion. The young guy was taunting every time he got the ball shooting. He got to realize he's defending champions. They've been in moments like this. They was going to seize the moment. And Draymond Green did say, I guarantee you we're going to be ready for a game 7 and 6. And what did he say? He delivered. Draymond said we're going to win game 6 and 7, which he did. Clint Capella, you cannot be taunting the defending champions. It doesn't work like that. And you see what happened when you taunt? They taunt you. You're the first one to go back in the locker room with your head down low with tears ready to come out your eyes. I know you work hard for this all summer through the regular season to get to this one point. But when your leader, James Harden, stepped up as with a potential MVP, he was MIA, can't do anything. Not at all. That's what happened. I thought Eric Gordon played lights out in the first half. He was 5 for 12 with 14 points. James Harden was 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. That's all in the first half. And the team had 6 turnovers. So I thought this team was onto something. They was cooking Mike D'Antoni. When the lead was getting down, cutting, Mike D'Antoni did not call a timeout to refresh the team. I was waiting for Mike D'Antoni to refresh his team from a timeout. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. I mean, come on now. I'm looking like, make a move with your team and let's do something about it. He didn't make that move. He let his team shoot their way out the game. Most teams shoot their way into the game and keep a lead. They shot themselves in the foot and out the game, out this series. And listen to what Steve Kerr said before we went to halftime. We're getting our butts kicked. That's why we down by 11 points. We're gonna make a move. He said the locker room was quiet. He knew what to expect of his team. His team was gonna come alive. I pretty much something like this, halftime like this. He said Klay said some words too. They said the least quiet person on the team is Klay, and Klay spoke. Don't be surprised. I'm sure else went in that locker room and said something. The guy that was on the sideline suited up, Andre Iguodala, probably told us that we've been here before. Let's get this win. Let's get ready to go and play the Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. As the second half approaches, what happened? They got hot. Klay got hot. Steph got hot. Man, Steph was just hitting threes and walking away. That's how much he disrespected the Rockets. Shooting threes while the ball is in there and turn his back on y'all and walk the other way. Last player to do some stuff like that was Larry Bird. Larry Bird's the only guy I know who I seen who hit threes like that and walk away. But for the Golden State Warriors to come out here in that third quarter and turn up, I said that on my social page. I said the Rockets got to come out with that same intensity they have in the first half. If they don't, because they had third quarter problems, and that the Warriors were going to come out ready to play and go full throttle, go toe-to-toe with the Houston Rockets, that's what they did. Third quarter, blitzed them 33-15. Remember, this is the same team in the regular season. At preseason camp, the same Houston Rockets said, we want the Warriors bad. We want them bad. Y'all got them bad. They did y'all bad. Y'all went 0 for 27 from the three-point line. That's what happened. Your team that you wanted bad didn't even care if y'all. They didn't care who they play. They don't care if they play the Sunset Park team off 2K18. That team was ready to play. The Warriors made a statement last night to the Houston Rockets. If you want to beat us, you better keep your foot on the gas. This team let off the gas. I thought Mike D'Antoni coached that game down the stretch terribly. That's my opinion. KD rounded the game out with 34 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists with 3 blocks. Draymond Green, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. So did KD had a steal. I always say if Draymond Green can at least give you like 10 points with 13 to 14 rebounds, that's going to be a win. Klay Thompson with 19 points. Steph Curry was one rebound away from a triple-double. He had 10 assists, 4 steals, 9 rebounds to go along with 27 daggers. 27 points. This guy had 8 points at halftime and ended the game with 27. Can't count them guys out, man. They got pure sharpshooters. And he had 2 key plays I was looking at on the box out, on the shooter, Jordan Bell. James Harden came around trying to get him through the pick, and Steph hit a 3 by the Rockets bench. I didn't think James Harden fought enough around to get around the pick to get the call his way. He argued for the call, said it was a legal block. No, that wasn't. That's a clear right basketball move. It was a seal out. Came down the court 3 plays later, did the same thing. They got caught. Went in again. Steph Curry had to hit 3s by the wing. You cannot let that man get to the wing or to the top of the key. Because guess what? It's straight butter, baby. Straight butter. Straight butter. Trevor Ariza, man. Stay up for last. James Harden with 32.6 rebounds, 6 assists. Still had 4 steals. 2 for 13. Wasn't attackful enough to the hole. He didn't put that MVP type caliber player. I didn't see the MVP James Harden last night. I didn't know. I seen him look like a most improved player, but he won the MVP because Eric Gordon probably had the most solid game, but he was 2 for 12 himself from the 3-point line with 23 points, 6 assists. Clint Capella, man. I feel for this guy. He had 20 points, 9 rebounds. He played his heart out. He's a free agent. The Phoenix Suns is out there looking for another guy, another center, and he's a potential target. That's the case that Houston might like him up. I wouldn't be surprised if the Houston Rockets trying to pick up DeAndre Jordan. That's just me personally. I thought Clint Capella played his heart out. At the end of the game, I said all that taunting he was doing came back and haunt him. Never kick a dog while it's down because that dog will get up and bite. And that dog did get up and bite as did the Golden State Warriors. Clint Capella, all that bark, they made him go home with his head in his lap. PJ Tucker, I thought, played a stellar game. 4 steals, 12 rebounds, and 14 points. Normally, when PJ Tucker have a good game like that, Trevor Ariza at least followed the game up with 11 points. But for him to go out there and have 7 rebounds, 0 for 12 from the field, and 0 for 9 from the 3-point line, with 0 points, who was you out there for, bro? Trevor Ariza, I see you tapped the cup 1 time. You live shooting 3s. You shot a couple of jumpers, but you was living on that 3-point line. You was living on that 3-point line. The Warriors shot 41% from the 3-point line. These guys shot 15% from the 3-point line. Golden State Warriors are your 2018 Western Conference champions. NBA Finals start May 31st, Thursday night, 9 p.m. at the Oracle. The Cleveland Cavaliers will travel to the Bay Area to play the Golden State Warriors for the 2018 NBA Larry O'Brien Trophy. There only can be one champion, and one city is going to be proud. With that being said, I'm Tay Wiggs. I'm broadcasting live and direct for the Man Cave as usual. I'm out. Peace.